What's up, y'all? So today I'm going to talk about some politics. Um, if you guys are paying attention, we're under this false victory where you have this group of people now who feel victorious. And that group of people would be Democrats, the left. If you don't know by now, I don't support either side. I don't support the entire notion of Republican and Democrat. I don't believe in a divided system. I don't believe that a divided system will ever work, and I don't believe that it was ever intended to work for us. I believe that's why we have a divided system in the first place. Otherwise, we would just be voting for individuals in a free state, because that's what it should be. There should be no Republican and Democrat. And if anybody's paying attention, through the Epstein files, it's been proven that it's all bullshit anyway. These people are friends. They get into disagreements and they treat ruling the nation like a business instead of like a service. And that's what most of their disagreements are about. What this state that we're in should be exposing for you right now, if you're paying attention, if you're awake, it should be exposing to you that this is all a lie. Donald Trump was a Democrat. Did you know this? He supported Democrats. So him being a Republican within itself is pandering. If you remember how I mentioned to you that it's been every other since about the 40s. And what I mean when I say every other, I mean if the Democrat gets to run for this 4 to 8 year term, then you know for a fact you're going to get a Republican next time. They might make it for their full 8 years, but after that time is up, you're getting the other party. It don't matter what you vote. That's what you're going to get. So Trump flipping from Democrat to Republican to run for president, that's your tell. That's one of your tells right there. Because he knows who's up next. He knows what the climate is. He knows what the need is. And he found a need. He found a need for a very large group of individuals. And he had the right celebrity status to draw in the rest of the other individuals. And he knew that we lived in an entertainment world. We lived in a celebrity worship society, and he proved that point. He proved it. Because that's what you voted for. You voted because you thought he was funny and edgy. You voted because you thought he was no nonsense. You voted because you thought he was a good businessman and he was going to make everybody rich. You voted because you bought the lies he sold about war, about our independence. We desperately need that, that's for certain. But it's been pushed for too far. Everything in this country depends on outsourcing. All those big businesses get rich from outsourcing. They will not go back. And like I said before, the government has no problem getting involved when they need to bail those people out, those billionaires when they need a bailout, but they won't interfere to save us from greed, from poisoning us with our food, putting shit in our food that don't belong. We shouldn't even be eating sugar, you know what I mean? And they put it in everything. And half those chemicals, half of us don't even know what they are. And think about how many chemicals they're not putting on the packaging from some loophole that they find, because the laws are written for them. It's not written for us. The laws are written for the wealthy. They're not written for us. The rules are made by them. It's just like I said before about how there should be no such thing as financial backing for politicians. Politicians should be running off their merit, off their beliefs, off of what they stand for, off of what they want to do for the country, for the people of the country, the masses. It shouldn't be about who got behind them, who supports them, what media conglomerate spews the most bullshit about them, or who they can pay and buy off. It shouldn't be about none of that. Because that's why your government kneels to corporations in the first place. Because they use them. They use their money. Same thing with the blackmail and Jeffrey Epstein. It's all the same shit. It's just business people going at each other, just like in the 20s during Prohibition. That's all you got. You just got a bunch of crooked people fighting over the pot. And we're pawns in the game. We're not major players. So in the climate, if you guys are, watching, you got people you follow, people you listen to, whatever, I would urge you to think real hard before you just fall for switching to Democrat, thinking that, oh, they won. Because the same pick and choose narrative that the Republicans like to carry, the Democrats carry it too. Because while the Democrats are talking shit about Trump being in the files and running Trump down and saying this is why you got to vote Democrat, and talking about the war and this is why you got to vote Democrat. Bro, the Democrats have had us at war the whole time too. The Democrats were out here fucking snatching people out the street and sending them back to their countries too. The Democrats are on the Epstein files too. Who's up for a hearing? Who's in the hearing? Bill Clinton. He's not a Republican, he's a Democrat. Bill Clinton was tight with Epstein, thick like glue. But so was Donald Trump. So if we're looking at all the facts, my opinion, and this is my opinion, and it has always been my opinion, is the whole entire shit is corruption. All of it. All the way down, top down, from the President of the United States, all the way down to your smallest police station, all the way down to your smallest school, all the way down to your smallest hospital. It's all corrupt. All the way down to your smallest little courthouse. It's all corrupt. It's corruption all over the place. And that's because the checks and balances that we are supposed to have in place are being bought and paid off. They're being paid to look the other way. The good ones are getting their wrists tied by peer influence because they need their jobs, and loopholes that get written to make it harder for them to do their job. So just remember that. And while you're remembering that, start to go outside and look at the ground and kick the ball around a little bit and decide what you think is the solution. Because to me, just sitting around turning our country into a TV show isn't the solution. Because you don't realize it, but that's what we are to the world. Or a played out series that's went way too long and everybody's tired of it, everybody's bored of it, everybody's sickened by it, everybody's annoyed, everybody's stressed, everybody's turning the channel. I'm pretty sure if any one of us would have pulled one of our great grandparents aside and told them what was happening right now, they'd say that sounds like a good movie. And that just goes to show you, not that it hasn't always been here, but that goes to show you how low we've come. So that's all I got for y'all, short and sweet, to the point, because when it comes to this political bullshit, it ain't a whole lot to say about it anymore. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. You have no freedom. You have no rights. They're going to keep stealing money from you. They're going to keep using you. They're going to keep lying to you. They're going to keep targeting your kids for their businesses and their marketing. And it's never going to change because we aren't going to do anything about it. So I hope one day the masses prove me wrong. But from what I can tell, it's going to be more the same. You're going to get a Democrat next time, and it's going to be more of the same. It might get a little quieter, but behind the scenes, nothing's going to change. So just know that.